Hello, young ones. This is Dad Might here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play a new game. This game is a card game. It's well known by a lot of people. This card game isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. It's Magic the Gathering. Today I'll be teaching you how to play Magic the Gathering, and the best way I feel to teach new people to play is for them to watch how to play. I'll be right back. So, here I have with me 3 of my favorite decks. This one I paid for. I built custom with money. This one I built custom just with what cards I had and some money. And this one I just built straight off YouTube. All 3 of them I had to put money into. But all 3 of them are my favorite decks. I have others. It's just these are my 3 favorite. Now, I'm going to be picking 2 of these at random. I am not looking at the decks. I do not know what decks we are going to be playing. Oh. Well, it's not like I had much choice. It could have been many things. But we're playing the Dragons, red-green Dragons, versus the mono-green Destruction. I'll be right back once I set it up. I'll explain how to play while we're playing. Alright, young ones. Now, the way this game is played is each card deck is consisted of 60 cards. Both of these decks have 60 cards. This is green, that's Dragons. Now, the way the game is played is, the way to win is you have to reduce your player's life total to 0. Each player starts with 20 life. You win if you reduce your opponent's life to 0, as I just said. Now then, the way life is usually calculated is on an app on your phone, or we have these fancy little D20s known as countdown die. Countdown die, as you can see, the little symbol there means it's 20, 19, 18, 17, and so on. Now, I will be using these to count both players' lives. Since I have nobody playing with me, I'll be playing for the opponent. I'll pause the camera when I need to play for them. Alright? So, here we go. Let's begin. Let's see how it begins. It says right here, beginning phase. I'm sorry, no. Is that what I need to read? No, here it is. Alright. Each player needs a deck of magic cards and a way to track life totals, which I just did. Just can't get out of here. Shuffle, then draw a hand of 7 cards. The player who takes the first turn won't draw a card that turn, which means the opponent draws 8. Here we go. I'll start my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already a very bad hand. 5, 6, and 7. Now, since this is a decent hand, I'm going to keep it. Now, if you don't like your hand in Magic, you can do one of 2 things. You can take out the cards you don't like. For instance, Vivian here. I don't really need Vivian so early. That's a 5 cost. I'll explain costs of cards in a minute. But all this right here, this is basically your currency in Magic. This is what you use to pay for the cards that you have in your hand, like this. Now, if I didn't want Vivian, but I'm going to keep. So, we're going to make our first turn. We're going to play a land, then check our hand for anything that costs 1. I have things that cost 2. See, a forest, and then 1 of any other color land. That's how it works. Forest, and then 4 of any other color land, meaning the total's 5. Forest, and then 1 of any other color land. The total's 2. So I can't do anything this turn, so I'm going to pass to my opponent. I'll be right back. Now, my opponent has chosen the Mulligan. When you that quality is just terrible. There we go, we fixed it. Now, when you mulligan your hand, you take your whole hand, put it in your deck, shuffle the deck, and then, depending on the former of the game or the rules, you take 6 or 7. Which, if you're playing by a free mulligan rule, you can draw as many cards as you put into the deck. But if you're not, you draw 1 less. For every time you mulligan, you draw 1 less card after the free mulligan, if that is an allowed rule. Now, my opponent has only been able to play a land like me, so I think I'll be okay. It's my turn. Drew another Garrix, and that's not good. But we do have things we can do this turn. And now that I have 2 land, I'm going to play I'm sorry, the quality on my camera doesn't seem to be very good. It's the lighting in my room. Incubation Druid. She costs 2. And whenever I tap her, which is that little symbol right there, I play her. And every time I turn her sideways, I can add 1 green mana of any type that I choose. So, 1 mana of any type that I choose. But, if she has a +1/+1 on her, she counts as 3 of those colored lands. Which is very good. But as of right now, since when I play the creature, whenever you play a creature, unless that creature says it has haste, it cannot do tap or attack. So, I mean, you don't have to... Either way is telling the opponent, hey, I'm tapping my card or I'm attacking. My card doesn't have haste, so it can't do anything this turn. Which means my turn is done, now that my land is tapped. When your land is tapped, you can't use it for anything. When a card is tapped, you can't do anything with it. It's just there. So now I've not only placed another land on my field, but I've potentially added another land. So I've gained 2 land. This is what green is good for. It's good for building land. I will be